it's situated. This is I-90. It's looks like it's not too far from the exit.
In 2 miles, take exit 5 for Massachusetts 33.
Maybe just half a mile after exit 5 here, so we will take a look and try it out. So we arrive with roughly 25% of charge by the looks of it. Now, this is the 150 kilowatt unit. The ones to our right are the 350 kilowatts. So there are in total, looks like 7 CCS of different rates, and then 1 CHAdeMO. So not so great for Nissan Leaf and other owners, but you know, we only can go with what we've got. So let's see what we get. Charger ready, connect your vehicle. Okay, so swipe the card. Chip. Payment authorized. Okay, you can enter your number. So let me do that. Just block my number out there a second. And here's it firing up. Okay. So what the car report is reporting is 53 kilowatts, and what the unit is reporting here, you can see it, is 56 kilowatts. So presumably the 56 kilowatts was seen on the, they reported that from the unit itself rather than the car. So we're just hitting 40%. I forget where the tapers kick in. I think it's more like 50 or 55%. When that happens, I'll probably give up on this one, but it's really good to see that 54, 55 kilowatt rate. That's about as much as, or as good as you're going to get out of the Bolt EV, and it's nice to see that these ones that are going in for Electrify America, which are going into some of these key places like the Fredonia location I visited on the way over, and some of these others pretty much across the country. Obviously that's what they're trying to achieve, that these will be the best the Bolt can make use of, and they're obviously future proofed with there's 4 over there with 350 kilowatt capability. So once you start to get those vehicles that can use that, the Porsche Taycan and who knows what else, presumably Mercedes and Audi, will both go somewhere towards that. They're going to be pretty useful stations. I guess the question is whether there'll be enough. I mean, right here there are 4 spaces. We'll take a look once we finish charging, take a look at the actual layout, but really there's only 4 cars going to be charging at a time, which is certainly better than some of the EVGOs, which only have 1 or 2, but it's as you start to get lots of these different models coming on and released over the next 2 or 3 years, these sites might need to have a bit more in the space department. So right now it's saying roughly 14 kilowatt hours delivered, cost of $5.50. So it's the speed that's good here, because you're being charged by the minute, so you want to max out that rate. So these Electrify America units are going to come into their own by that kind of sweet spot of below the taper, so 50-55%. Fight the noise here, but we've got 57 kilowatts reported on the thing, if you can see that. But the little white box at the top that tells you the state of charge is saying 57 kilowatts. So okay, so there's the taper, just hit 50%, so that makes sense. And you start to taper down to kind of what you usually get a peak on a an EVGO 50 kilowatt 100 amp. 125 amps will give you closer to 42, 43, but this is about the rate of the EVGO, the best EVGO that you can get right now, or at least that I have found. So I think I'll let it get up to around 20 kilowatt hours, and then we'll call it quits. But that is promising, very promising. If you hit that sweet spot of below 50% state of charge and you can get 20 minutes here, it's been 21 minutes so far, you're going to get a significant bump up in range. I mean, that's faster. I'll have to do the math, but Chevy always said 90 miles of range in 30 minutes, and we're looking at 22 minutes now, and that's a third of the battery, 20 kilowatt hours. So whatever you can do on 20 kilowatt hours, you can get that in about 22 minutes. Let's go out here and take another look. It's still hovering around that 37. That's where it's going to stay now, I think. There we go. 20 kilowatt hours, 22 minutes. Excuse the noise of the street sweeper. Hit the stop button. See what we get. Charge complete. 23 minutes, 20 kilowatt hours. Started at 22%, ended at 52%. So $7.60 plus tax. We'll see what the bill says in the end, but that's pretty promising. Just hangs loose in there, I guess. Okay, so total cost for 20 kilowatt hours, $8.26. I'll have to compare that to my EVgo charging stations from this trip, or the one at least that I paid for, but that seems reasonable. I mean, there it goes. Okay, so let's close this up. Flip. So this is what we've got in terms of space. Oh, actually this is the CHAdeMO. Okay, so there's your solitary CHAdeMO connector, 50 kilowatts. There's another CCS, 150 kilowatts. The next one next to it was the double 350 kilowatts, both CCS. All the rest of these are CCS now. This is our double 150 kilowatt, and this one will be the other 350 kilowatt. However, this one says unavailable. Yeah, really pretty good experience overall. If you're hopping off an interstate, you get 20 minutes at the fastest possible time. If there's another one of these locations within about 100 miles of you, you're going to be pretty good to go. That'll boost you up a nice long way. It's a positive experience. I mean, you know, you read a lot of stuff on PlugShare, and obviously people's mileage varies depending on how and when they use it. There is one of these units unavailable, but you know, that was pretty much painless, so very happy to report. Okay, let's get back on the road to the final stretch home. See if we can do a wide loop so you can get an idea of where these things are. So there's the entrance. There are the units. I guess that could be considered walkable, but it's right next to this contractor pickup.